Hello YouTube, this is Carl EP6 here, back again, and I thought I would do another Talking with Carl episode because stuff is finally going back to daily videos. Get the engine started, let's drive and start talking. Now, you might recognise the car I'm in because it's hopefully a video you would have seen a day or two ago. I'm recording this just after finishing recording my updated TDU2 wheel setup and controls video, which I know a lot of people really wanted, because believe it or not, the old, like 2-year-old video on my TDU2 setup is actually one of the most popular videos on my channel, and it gets a lot of views a day compared to the rest of my videos. So I thought I'd do an updated version of that. I should have done that a lot earlier, to be honest, but hey, it's done now. There's a few changes made, so if you guys would like to see my updated setup, go and watch that video. It's also showing off my new monitor a little bit more. You'll be able to see a bit more about that. You'll also be able to see a bit more about just the new PC setup, what it all looks like. I'm really happy with the setup. I'm looking at it now and just like, wow, a month ago I was sat here on the Carl EP6 with two 4x3 screens, with a Microsoft little wireless keyboard, and like so much has changed, and I'm very happy with it all. I really am. So, videos are going back to daily. That is awesome. Right now, the date of me recording this is Wednesday the 6th of January. I have today's video, isn't actually uploaded yet, but it's scheduled, like, it's uploaded, but it's not actually released yet because I'm recording this at 9:27. That's scheduled for 10 AM, as all of my videos are. So I can't wait for that one to be released. I hope you guys like that. That is going to be a setup tour video. Tomorrow's video, Just Cause 3 Episode 1, which hopefully you guys would have seen by now, and hopefully you guys would have really liked. Yeah, I'm going to do a playthrough of Just Cause 3, and I am really enjoying that game. That game is incredible. I've recorded up to episode 4 now. That game is incredible. What else have I got coming up for you guys? Well, I've got the updated TDU2 wheels and controls. I've got this, obviously. I've got, oh god, what else have I got? I've got a couple of TDU2 mod reviews. They are not going anywhere. They are the staple of my channel. They are what I'm here for. This thing really pulls. I like it. For such an old, not really particularly high performance car, it really pulls quite nicely. What else have I got coming up? I've got TDU2 mod reviews. I've got another couple of GTA 4 mod reviews. I'm just going to go because I don't know what my light's on. So basically, I've got a fair amount coming to you guys over the coming, well, few weeks, I suppose. It's going to be a great time for my channel. Stuff is improving, stuff is settling back down to getting into daily videos again. I'm back at college, so yes, I do have less time and day to record now, but with the new PC, render times and even upload times to a tiny extent have been improved. I don't really know why, but my internet seems to run better on this PC. It might just be the USB port that I have the dongle plugged in on the old motherboard. They might be on their way out, I don't know. But even my upload times do seem to be a little bit better. Everything is quicker on this PC, even from pressing the button on the old Carl EP6. Okay, that thing wasn't a particularly amazing PC. It was a good PC. It had a GTX 690 in it for most of its life, although a 460 towards the end, because I did burn out my 690. That thing didn't have a great processor. It had an AMD Athlon X2 dual-core piece of crud thing towards the end of its life, and it had a really cheap, bad AM3 motherboard by Asus. It lasted the entire life of the computer, but it wasn't great. It was running off IDE hard drives, so they weren't exactly fast. Its boot times were about 1.5 minutes. This thing, from pressing the button, boots up in about 15 seconds. From it being completely off, pressing the button to it being ready to go is about 15 seconds. It's incredible for me to just be able to press the button, and by the time I'm sat down with my headset on, it's ready to go. That is just incredible to me, because what I used to do is press the button, go out into the kitchen, get myself some lunch, and come back in, it'd still be booting up. Like, seriously, that thing was so slow. I'm recording, like, every game now in 1080p, instead of before I was recording it in the janky 4x3, what was it, 1024 by 1080? No, what? I don't know, it was some janky resolution, and now I'm recording everything in 1920 by 1080, which is just absolutely brilliant. It means I don't have to do any weird stretching when I edit the videos. It means you're getting more natural looking videos. It means my thumbnails, or whatever they're called, the thumbnails are going to look a lot better because they're actually taken in a higher resolution now. I'm just improving everything on my channel now. Like, this huge hardware upgrade, yes, it's been expensive for me, but it's gonna pay off not only for my enjoyment, and I'm loving having this new hardware, it's also gonna pay off because you guys are gonna get so much better content out of it. I have one more thing which I would like to get in the future. I don't know, I can't afford it right now, but I'm doing research into it, and that is a standalone microphone. So if any of you guys have any standalone microphones to recommend to me, now, I don't want anything that requires an external jack. I don't want anything too high-end. I want something that I can just plug into my sound card through the microphone port, and that's going to be an upgrade from this one that I'm using. I love the actual headset itself. The PX21 that I use, I've had 2 of these now. I love the PX21 headset. I had a DPX for a little while, which was even better, the sound quality, but I borrowed it, so that sucked. But yeah, I love the sound quality of these. They've got a nice amount of bass to them. They sound good. They're some of the better headphones I've ever used, just for how I like stuff to sound. I like listening to music on these. In fact, I took them into my art exam, my 10-hour art exam. You're allowed to listen to music. Oh, well, we were in the mock at least, and I took these in, and these are ridiculous because they don't run if you just plug them into the phone. They have to be plugged into the wall as well. So I was sat there with an extension cable going from the wall to my headset, and people were looking at me like I'm crazy, but it was so worth it. I'm just gonna go. Too much power, wheel spin. I do really like this car. Oh, still indicating, whoops. But yeah, like, I really like this headset, but the microphone quality isn't great. And I know that, and I appreciate that, and I know you guys think that too. So I would like a standalone mic. I don't really know what I want. I want preferably like a USB, or just something I can plug into my sound card. Something that's going to be picked up easy, something I don't have to do too much setup on, because I'm not great at software stuff. Believe it or not, when it comes to computers, I know a lot about hardware. I would say I can build a computer with my eyes closed. I know a lot about computer hardware. Computer software is where my dad comes in. Some of you may have heard me mention my dad in a lot of videos, and that's because without my dad, I would not be doing any of this. Not obviously because, like, without him I wouldn't exist or anything. No, because he is very much a computer software guy. He loves computers and has done from a very young age, and he taught me basically everything I know about computers, about building computers, and he's amazing when it comes to software, which is just something I've never been able to pick up personally. So if I ever have an issue with, like, just blue screening and something that I know isn't hardware related, because I know how to test for hardware faults, he's the first person I call up, and he's always great. So I would not be doing any of this. I wouldn't even know about stuff like overclocking and well, I knew what it was, but I'd have no idea how to do it without him. So big thanks to him, because he really helped me get this PC set up, because as some of you may know, I did build this PC, but I built it out of a lot of second-hand components from a store that I work at as Saturday staff. I have got a few components in there of my own, like the new GTX 970 I have in there, which is my own. I put that in there, and the sound card, and a few other things, but most of it was second-hand, especially the boot drive, which wasn't wiped at the time of me putting it in there, so I had to get rid of the previous owner's Windows 7, and this guy knew what he was doing. There was a lot of security on this drive. We couldn't format the drive, so what we ended up doing was literally, I don't know how he did it. He used some program to completely hard wipe the drive, so there was nothing on it, no data whatsoever on that drive. We then tried to install Windows 7, but for some reason the previous owner's protection was still coming through. It was not allowing us to install a fresh install of Windows 7. It kept telling us there is already a protected version of Windows 7 on that drive, so we couldn't install Windows 7. So I had to go to Windows 8.1, which it allowed me to do. So I'm now running on Windows 8.1. He then did a load of hacks to make Windows 8.1 act and look like Windows 7, which is absolutely great. I've still got normal start bar and stuff, so I'm happy with that. I would never have been able to get this PC working without him, so he's done a lot for me. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him, so thank you to him. If he's watching, hi Dad. What else have I got to talk about? Other than the new microphone, I'm done. I think when it comes to PC setup, I am incredibly happy. I was content with what I had before. There was stuff I wanted to do. I wanted a better processor, I wanted a better motherboard, but I couldn't really justify just upgrading 1 or 2 bits. And then this computer with this case and a few weaker parts, I mean, what did I upgrade from when I first bought it and sort of rebuilt it? Processor, graphics card, a load of storage I added to it. So The RAM, it had 32 gig RAM. This thing came in to work, and I was like, if the guy, because I work as Saturday staff in a pawnbroker's store, so, and I was like, if the guy doesn't come to pick this up, if he misses his payments to collect this back, I would like to put my name down for this. And 5 months, he came back every month and renewed his payments on it. And then he forgot 1 month, and we haven't seen him since. It's been about 3 months since then, and we haven't seen him since, so I think he realised it's gone. And I own it now, and I did a lot of work to it, and I'm incredibly happy that I had to redo all the cable management, which I'm very happy with. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with just everything right now. Everything is coming up Millhouse, as my good friend Vintage Beef would say. So, I'm going to end this Talking with Carl episode here. Thank you very much for watching. You guys are going to see something pretty cool right now, I think. You are going to see the making of the thumbnail for this video. So if I go to take a photo... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. So maybe we could do a bit of a tilt on this one. I was thinking, like, oh, that could look pretty cool. Yep, this is how I do it. Oh. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Yeah, that's quite cool. Maybe a bit of tilt on there. Yeah, okay. This is how I do my thumbnails, by the way. I then sort out the bloom intensity. I think that's quite a nice sort of level of it. No, I want that there. And here's a quick tip. If you have that all the way down, everything instantly gets a tiny bit sharper. Can you see a difference? I can see it quite clearly, but I don't know if it's coming through on the recording, YouTube processing and stuff. I'm going to up the contrast. I like TDU2 with a bit more contrast. I'm going to give it a bit more red, a little bit more blue, and quite a bit more green, I think. That makes things pop. That gives it that sort of slightly artificial tone that I like. Going to put the mouse down there. And what you do here is, you'll see when you take a picture, you get that sort of gap before the small version of the picture pops up. You want to take a screenshot in that perfect gap. So right about now. Gonna do it again. Now. I do it about 2 or 3 times just to make sure one of them doesn't have anything else on the screen, and that is the opportunity to get a perfect screenshot in TDU2 with absolutely nothing on the screen. Anyway, also that's a completely full quality 1080p picture. I'm going to end this video here with a bit of a jump. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Carlstone13, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.